See how these big boys. Actually really liked how this fits in. It fits with the brake booster, fits with all that ABS. That's gonna have to move, not a big deal. Well, I say not a big deal. It'll end up being a big deal because it's gonna be a pain to move. That's a problem for future Matt. So I'm just gonna do the one because I don't feel like putting the other one up here. Here we have Mr. Uncooperative LS1. You see, right here on the first runner, this is hitting said motor mount. Now, I'm not entirely shocked that it hits that because I didn't buy a kit that included the headers with the motor mounts. I bought some things separately, so that's on me. But I have a solution, I hope, I think. By the way, this is peep the new footage here. I'm using a real camera and a real microphone, so I'm hoping this is a little nicer. Trying to step my YouTube game up just a little bit, So the solution is I'm going to get, actually I already have on order, new mounts. They're actually from the same guy that made these, the Pennsyltucky Performance mounts. He is making a new version, or has made, is made, whatever, a new version of the mounts that are a lot smaller. They're supposed to work with the CX Racing, like the eBay LS1 E36 swap headers, which is great because if I get these motor mounts from him and he's actually giving me a good deal on them, because I'm going to send my old ones back, so kudos to him. So I might end up getting the CX Racing headers anyway, just because they're going to look a little nicer than these older ones that are used, and I wanted to put a V-band on these old ones and get them ceramic coated. So by the time I do all that, like, I might as well just buy the CX Racing ones. That's not set in stone. We'll see. I'm not positive if that's what I'm going to do. The oil pan, I really didn't think that would work. I thought maybe it would work, it would fit. And technically it does, and it did. You'll see in the video. But it did hang low. It was definitely the lowest part of the car, and that would be an issue. This part right here, I'd say it hung a few inches below the subframe, which is not ideal in any way, shape, or form. New one is ordered. It'll be here shortly. I can swap all that on, get the new mounts on, see if the headers fit. And if all that fits with the tranny, I'll put it in, make sure everything looks good, everything has clearance. And if all that checks out, I'll pull it out one last time, and that's when I'll paint the engine bay. So you can see here, I actually already started on this side. All the seam sealer is off on this side, not this side. The seam sealer is off. I got some sanding gun. I got a lot of the adhesive off that was on there from the reflective tape. You know, just sanding like the scratch out there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I don't know if I'm going to stitch weld it or if I'm going to use seam sealer. I'll probably just seam seal it because I'm no welder by any means, and I'd prefer not to burn through that and mess it all up, but that's yet to be seen. We'll get there. So anyway, gentlemen, roll the footage from the progress with the swap. Wonder if these are the right gaskets. Sure, I think they look right. Not going to use them yet because the headers aren't going to be fully mounted, and I just want to put them on as a mock-up stage right now. But now that I have my thread locker, I don't see why these mounts would be coming out for any reason. These things fit perfectly. Now, I'm pretty sure they go on the four most forward holes and not their rear. And the only reason I think that is because on the rear over here, there's not a hole at the bottom. So I'm hoping I'm doing this right. I might have to take this all back apart. I don't know yet. See how these big boys look on here. Okay. And we already have a problem. Doesn't fit. Sigh. Let's see if this side fits. Nope. Shit. Well, that's disappointing. Neither one of those fit. I don't think it'll take a lot to make them fit. I just have to decide if I want to do that or just buy some. But that's frustrating. I want to drop the engine in here just to see what it looks like. Alright, we're almost in. This motor mount is in. You can see we're hitting the brake booster. Now it said in the kit this was designed with the stock brake booster, which I knew it would be close, but I am just not sure that that's going to work, because I don't know that I can get back far enough for this to line up. But I might be able to. Let me keep trying. I'll probably end up changing that brake booster anyway to a smaller one just to have a little more room. I do think that this oil pan might actually work. Which I'm shocked. I really didn't think it would, but I guess I shouldn't count my blessings yet. We'll see.
Comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt it out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When you're
I think we can make that work. Just need a little persuasion. Alright, I loosened up the motor mount from underneath. That should give, there we go. That gave us enough play. Okay, that's in, that's in. Ooh, buddy.
you don't condone it. Truth be told, you're selfish, your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others down and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, you're selfish, your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, in life, doubters overnight, and onto them you shine bright. Cause inside your head, on goes the light. Doubters overnight, and onto them you shine bright.
Looking under the car, the C5 pan does fit, but it does hang lower, like I said, which wouldn't be a huge deal to me, but I just tried to fit my X brace, and it doesn't fit. And I know that's like, it's not like a huge deal. It's an X brace. But I like the X brace. I got it powder coated, put in. I think it's good to have additional support on the subframe, considering there's only 2 bolts on each side. When you add an X brace, it gets a lot more support. Do I think it's ever going to affect any type of handling, track use, anything like that? No. People who say that don't believe them. But I do feel like it keeps the subframe better under tension, and it makes the whole front stronger, less likelihood of things breaking, in my opinion. So I would like that to fit. So I'm probably gonna get an F-body oil pan. I don't know if that sits higher. I guess it does. We'll find out. But for now, I'm gonna yank this back out. Well, LS1, you were short-lived in the E36, but I need to take that out and the oil pan and, you know, all that good stuff. But first test fit, pretty happy with it. So since I need an oil pan, I figured I might as well just take the time, put this thing on the engine stand. Since I did find 4 bell housing bolts, luckily it came with it. I just didn't see them before. All right, well that was more difficult than it had to be. So, she's on the stand, ready. I'll flip it over, not today. I'll wait till I get the new oil pan and flip that thing over. Also need the steam ports back here. I don't even know what that is, whatever that is. There she is on the engine stand with a set of headers that don't fit. So I made progress on the garage. Garage is cleaned up and organized again, at least somewhat, as much as I can, with all the stuff that's associated with this swap and all the other stuff going on. ZR2 is back in. The shop inspector's here. Now, as you saw, the oil pan sat too low in this car, the oil pan that's on here, which is, I presume, a C5 oil pan. Well, it did fit. It was below the subframe. Didn't like that. X-brace wouldn't fit. So I need to get an F-body oil pan, or like one of the Holley ones, the 302-2. That's probably what I'm going to do. But I'm hoping I can reuse the windage tray that's already in here, so I don't have to buy a new one. So I'm going to take this oil pan off a while, spin the motor around, take the oil pan off, see what windage tray is in it, and see if I can reuse that. Hopefully I can spin this thing by myself without anything bad happening. Easy does. way easier than expected. All right, that should be all of them. All right, there's that. Here's the windage tray. Hopefully this is the same and will work. There's a part number right there. Looks the same. Now, is it the same? I don't know. Also, this pickup tube, I assume this is different. Yeah, it's got to be different with the different oil pan because this would be shorter. Okay. Take a peek in the crank. All right, I think that's all I needed for now. Let me go order some parts for this thing so we can continue the build. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in again to the latest upload with this car. Getting stuff done. Progress. Slow progress is progress. Next up, I'll get the new oil pan on, get the new motor mounts on, maybe new headers. We'll see. We'll see if these ones fit. I'm not sure yet. And no, I'm not wearing shoes right now. So hopefully that's the next video. I get those new parts in, put the engine in there, and we can see final fitment. That's the goal, at least. We'll see when the parts trickle in, and you know, when these barn doors get finished and other stuff happens with the truck. I got a lot going on. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. New videos every Friday. Might start uploading more than every Friday. We'll see. This house stuff is kind of taking much of my time. I think once that's done, I'll try to upload. I'd like to do 2 times a week, but we'll see. Anyway, see you in the next one, guys.